Good morning everyone and welcome back to a new video. If you've not watched our last one, I recommend you watch that one before this if you want to get a real deep understanding as to what the hell is going on with our lake and why we are battling so hard with the Azolla. All the stuff we got rid of in the last one, which was a lot, actually just regrew because this stuff regrows within 16 to 72 hours, I think. So it just basically was a wasted effort. So we're going to be trying something completely new today, something that we have been thinking we might have to do. It's a different approach, but also I wanted to say a big thank you to all the comments on the last one as well. Lots of really useful ones. This isn't our last ditch attempt. There's still a couple of different things we're going to try and we'll explain why and all that kind of stuff. Theo's just gone down to the garage to get some straps because we need them for what we're going to be doing this morning. I thought I'd show you what it looks like really dried out as well. So this is some that I took out about well over a week ago, just with the little hand net, and you can see here where I've pulled it out and the clumps where it's just regrown. But this is what it's like when it's dry. Because I left it in a big pile, it's not fully dried, but the top layer is, and it just crumbles apart to nothing. Goes super just like powder. I did give a whole load of this to the chickens and they were completely uninterested, and then I also got a bit worried because it's quite stringy and you don't really want to feed chickens really stringy stuff. So it's dried out in their pen as well because they haven't touched it and they still haven't eaten it, so that's great. And you might have noticed I've got all the animals with me. I've got Bella here, the goats are up there. Furrnando was just lurking but he seems to have disappeared. I just can't wait for the day to see you not covered in Azolla, the most annoying thing of all time.
Have you found the net? So yesterday I picked up this netting just to see, this is the cheapest stuff I could get basically, just to see whether netting is a viable option. We're going to do a test today of some netting, see if it works. If it does work quite well and we can figure out a system, then I can invite every single person I know over here one day, have a barbecue and just net the whole thing. But let's go and see and try and MacGyver our way through this attempt.
So Theo is off to get the boat now. It's on the island and I'm going to be meeting him with the netting to start Project Net and see if it actually works. I think it will. I'm just a little bit terrified about how heavy it's going to be, and dragging it up the bank is going to be an absolute mission. And of course I've got every single animal on the farm following me. Yeah, and I swear I just saw Theo walking across the island, but now he's disappeared. I can't see him. You don't have to follow me, girls. I'm only going around here. And I've got on my what are those shoes today. This is my scraped leg from when I fell down the bank. See what I meant about it just regrowing? Even the hole created by the water flowing in's got smaller. There he is. How many frogs can you spot on the Azolla? Here he is, looking ultra outdoorsmansy. Breaking a trail through the Azolla.
So I'm currently just standing in the water because I'm going to do one of your guys' suggestions. We did it in the last video as well, but not as high as we're going to do it today. So thank you so much for all of your comments, suggestions. Keep them coming, because something might work, but I don't think one thing is the answer. I think it's going to be a combination of many things. One, rising the dam level and then letting the flow out at a stronger rate. Two, get ducks, get fish, clean up the banks. There's all sorts of things that we can do to help minimize this situation. So we're going to do everything we can. It's going to be a long process. We know it's not going to happen overnight. And we're also going to try the netting today and see how that works. But it's a mammoth task, but we're determined to get this place clear and lovely so we can swim in it and enjoy the lake for what it's meant to be enjoyed for. One thing I will say is Portugal's very difficult to get lots of things. So we've had lots of comments going, oh, just go to your local fish hatchery. They'll come with a truck and they'll pump fish in. The problem is we don't have that here in Portugal. The only hatchery that I've ever seen is a trout hatchery, and trout aren't going to help us with this problem. So any fish essentially that I want in here, probably going to have to catch myself.
And right now Theo's going to put that, oh, the boat's just decided to put itself down. Theo's going to push that on to help raise the water level. Hopefully he can do it on his own and without any washing up liquid.
So also a lot of the comments, I know I'm rambling on, but I want to kind of have an open conversation with you guys so I can reply to some of the comments and kind of give my answers for why we don't do certain things. So we are going to raise the level by putting this pipe on for now, and hopefully we get the level essentially an inch higher or as high as we can over this pipe that's already here, this smaller pipe. And then when we take it away, the force will be so strong that hopefully we can suck out as much of this azolla as we can. A lot of people said that we should raise it so the water flows out over the bigger pipe, because the bigger pipe will have more flow. I believe that the bigger pipe will have less flow, because it will be the same amount of water going through the smaller pipe that is going over the bigger pipe, but the bigger pipe's bigger. So
Wider.
Then the water that's going through the bigger pipe will be a lot less. And I think the azolla is just going to get stuck in there because it won't be enough of a flow.
Yeah,
maybe if we have another big storm.
It's much deeper going through here when it's being condensed into a smaller area. So the less surface area, the bigger the flow, basically.
Yeah, like
so
the smaller the pipe.
Widening the surface area will actually make the flow slower, even though it feels counterproductive and like the bigger hole would take more out of it. Only if it was an incredibly massive flow, like halfway up the pipe. Do I need to get the washing up liquid?
Let's see if we can pop this on.
Oh, is it working?
Okay, so that's actually going to rise now quite high, but I can also put another bit of pipe in there or get a...
Pipe master.
What I can buy quite easily is a 90-degree angle of this, and that will take us even higher. So that doesn't seem to be letting in any water whatsoever.
No, it's dry.
So that should stop the flow completely.
Okay, what's next?
So we'll check up. It's going to take a long time. There's been no rain recently. It's still flowing in quite into this lake, but obviously it's a big surface area that now it has to rise up. Now we need to figure out this netting situation. So I think if you grab the net and we just kind of pull it out on the surface.
Is it 5 by 5?
5 by 5 meters.
So this is good because we're calling it a net. It's not technically a net. It's actually shade cloth, which is woven pieces of plastic. So there's big gaps. So it is basically a net.
I did bring, if you look in the back of the UTV, I bought the fishing net that we got as well.
Oh, the fishing net?
Yeah.
Oh, the fishing net. This we brought all the way over from Norway back in 2019, back when we were living in a van. We found it washed up and we've been lugging it around for 6 years. Never quite found a purpose for it. But maybe today it could be used to reinforce the net we're going to use. Who knows? But the things you find on beaches, useful many years later.
Thank you very much. So basically, we've got to unfold that net in the water and drag it out.
Do you want this other string as well?
Yeah, we need to tie that onto one side. I'm going to get in, figure out this situation. So I think if you walk along that side again, and we'll go from that one of them corners, and we're going to pull it out over there, I think, by the UTV. Just how many frogs we're going to capture?
What about frogs and fish?
I think we're going to get a lot of frogs. If you come down here.
Are we just doing it from here?
Yeah. We need to see how big the netting is.
Okay.
Once we know how big the netting is, then we can. You need to take one side of the net. And obviously there's some snags here. So we don't want to get snagged up.
Everyone place your bets now when I fall in. When.
You're definitely going to fall in.
Yeah.
Right, so you take your side and we'll stretch this out.
Bed's folded in half, isn't it?
Yeah, it's folded in half for sure.
Smells like hamsters, doesn't it? Everything smells like hamsters. Oh, there we go. Okay, this is the end.
Okay, so you take one side.
Look at it, it just literally goes on top.
It's huge. Right, if I go out, or if I tie my corner now, so tie the corner that's going under the water so we can drag it under the water, I think. We are making this up as we go along, trial and error. Right, if I head out now.
Oddly excited.
It's a big old net. Cold?
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see Bee, but she's fully submerged. Come on Bee, I got the hard job here.
It's difficult swimming in a Zola, man.
I got the hard job.
It's really deep. I'm not touching the floor, I'm having to doggy paddle. Wait, please. Okay. Can you drag? Yeah, push yours under. There we go. It might work that way. There we go. Hold up, hold up.
This feels just as much work as the other method. I don't think there's ever going to be an easy solution for this. I have some straps in here so that we can use to pull it out and tie around the actual netting. The wind's picking up quite a lot. It does feel like a huge amount of effort. Right, here goes. So yeah, that didn't work too easily. We need to probably a better net with some weights on it to weight it under the water. There's lots of improvements that can definitely happen, but Bee's just gone to change because she's really cold. She's been in the water for a long time, and it's just a bit disheartening. I'm sure you guys can understand, like, it would be nice if something wasn't just a ton of work, but we'll get through it. I think one of the things that I want to kind of push forward is to maybe buy ducks. I'm going to do some more research into it, maybe 8-10 ducks with maybe 2 geese to guard the ducks from like foxes and predators. They have an island, so I can build them a little house on the island. I can build them a floating house on the water as well, and they should be well protected, as well as re-fencing this around the lake. And I think I'm going to have to put some sort of otter fence around the lake as well, because the otters just keep coming back. And I realized the problem started with this azolla when the otters turned up. They ate the thousands of goldfish that were in here that I used to watch, and they'd eat all of the algae off the top. I'd sit there watching them doing it, and as soon as the otters came, they ate all of the fish. Suddenly this azolla bloom started and just went crazy. So fish, ducks, stuff like that is definitely going to help us. So I just watched a video clip back of it being pulled up the bank, and obviously, like Bee said, it all just folded out the back, so you need straps around the sides and around the front and the back to fully contain it. It's a lot of work. I think that felt like a lot more work than it just going through the overflow. So let's raise the overflow pipe, let's get some really good suction and see if we can push it out with more suction. But I think netting it would be okay if we had like a big number of people, but obviously it's so deep, this lake, all the way around the outsides is really deep, so swimming is not ideal. I think you need 2 like motorboats or something with an engine with some power to actually move this stuff, because I know it doesn't look like much, but it's really heavy.
Why do we use Squarespace? If you have a shop on your site, then with the flexible payment options, checkout has never been easier. You can accept credit cards, PayPal, and even offer buy now or pay later with Afterpay and Klarna. With Squarespace Blueprint AI, their guided design system takes the guesswork out of building your website. Using the prompts, you choose what you'd like and go from there. Terms like SEO can be off-putting, but simply put, they optimize your site and help it stand out in search results. With their integrated SEO tools, you can get discovered by more people faster. And with their fluid engine, customization is at your fingertips. Drag, drop, and create on the go with ease. You don't need to worry about understanding code or messing around with heavy technical features, as Squarespace is designed with the user in mind. So if you haven't already, then definitely click the link in our description or head to squarespace.com/indieproject or use our code indieproject for a 14-day free trial and 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain.
And trust me guys, this lake, the banks, everything is a lot steeper and bigger and trickier than it looks from your living room. That's no offense to you guys whatsoever, but sometimes like solution can feel so simple when you're not actually here and having to do it. It's a huge mess, but I'm determined to get to the bottom of it, and we will get there eventually. Let's see, maybe the hot sun in the summer will help bake it and kill it a little bit. And the problem with that is, and herbicides, is if you spray the herbicide on it all now, it will sink to the bottom, and then it will probably rot down and create even more problems for the water quality, because at the moment the water quality is actually really good. The goats and Bella just always want to be involved. It's absolutely lovely that they want to hang out with us.
Why are you so obsessed with me?
Look at their faces. They're like, what are you doing?
If only they could use tools.
Yeah, why can't you work for us? Come and swim and eat it.
Well, they are eating the brambles. As lovely as these ash trees are that are growing up prolifically along the banks, they need to go, because they're just going to be dropping their leaves into the lake. They weren't planted here, they have self-seeded, and they need to go, which is a shame. I would love to have all of them around here, but they're just not going to work.
We want to be able to see as much of this beautiful lake as we can, and basically we want as little leaves dropping in the water, which creates more stuff like this. We want to keep this water quality good. We're going to prune back some of the other trees, but the other trees are willow, and we're going to keep them because they're really good for knitting the bank together. And they were actually on the plans, weren't they?
Yeah.
When they built this lake, they were on the plans that they planted willow here. So the willow will stay, but the ash must go.
The ash must go, and so must the broom and some other random weeds that don't need to be there.
Right, let's get cutting.
Let's get a trimming.
And this device just makes such light work of it. I think we're going to see a really big improvement all the way around the bank. You can see all that flower there, that's all ash, so we're going to cut all that back, and it's going to be absolutely lovely. Walking around, you have a much clearer view, more places to fish from. Obviously, when this is all clear and there's fish actually in there that the otter hasn't taken. I just spotted big frog just hanging out on the azola. I
thought you were going to say you just spotted the otter.
Nah, the otter lays low when we're around. I just want to hang out in the boat, but I told Bee that it'll give a unique perspective on the angle of her cutting down these trees. It's a hard life on the water. But yeah, that's the next tree to go, just there. And
I'm just going to get rid of these shrubs that are also right on the edge.
Yeah, all of them shrubs. What this will do as well, will open up like an area for the overflow pipe. So obviously the trees are going to want to stop the flow going over the overflow. But once it's all clear, we can block that up and we can see if that big pipe works. But I think you'd have to block the big pipe up as well, about halfway, to be able to get enough flow, and then you're getting into dangerous situations because it's already quite high up in some areas around the bank. I think the electric secateurs that we got, well, I bought Bee as a present, was probably one of the best investments we ever got. Bee just threw what she'd cut down and it kind of rolled back into the water. Just throw it up as far as you can, and then I'll pick it up with the UTV.
I did, and it hit against the frickin' oak.
So Bella has just come right down to the water's edge, and we're still not sure whether she's going to be able to swim or not. We'll have to test it out in the summer when it's really, really warm and she doesn't get freezing cold, and get her some armbands, I think.
Hi,
off she goes.
Hi, sweetness.
With 3 legs, she's very adventurous. Aren't you a pretty little frog? Absolutely beautiful, just chilling on top of the azola. If only it would eat the stuff instead of just hanging out on it. And if you hang around there too often, you'll get eaten by the heron. So on the last video, I had a huge amount of comments asking me how the smaller pond is getting on, the one that I built from scratch, and it's working and performing so nicely. It's crystal clear. Can't wait to show you. Check this out. Look at this, guys. To say I'm proud of how this pond has turned out is an understatement. Just look at that. You can see the fish just swimming along there, along the shallows, just going for a little sunbathe in this warm weather. But just look at it. It's crystal clear. It's absolutely perfect. It's the ultimate swimming pond. I can't believe how clear it is. I mean, just look how easily you can see the fish just swimming around, and they absolutely love it. There's loads more down there, as you can see. And obviously the trout that are in here will be a little bit lower when it's warmer like this, but you can see on the side of the dam, it's started to grass over and seed, which is really good. And obviously, once I add some nice irrigation to these banks, this will grow much thicker and will help with erosion, but it's so clear. It's just magical. I'll come down here, watch the fish, listen to the sound of the water coming in from the spring over there. You can see that. It's just glorious. Can't get over it. And the fish seem to be really happy and enjoying themselves. And you can see the block there. You could never see that before. That's way down, but now it's so clear you can see it. And my fountain has actually fallen off the block. It sits on that block, so I need to come down later, get in the water, put the fountain back on there, and then this can have some nice aeration. It's always lovely coming down to the pond and just listening to the sound of that water coming in, watching the fish. There's loads of birds as well drinking from it and swooping down and catching the flies off the top of the water. It's a pretty cool place just to hang out and chill. But right now I'm going to head up to Bee, and in the summer we'll be definitely using this to swim in on them really hot days. So I've just got back to where Bee is working, and it's looking so much better. And the goats, they're really helping out because they're eating all of the ash cuttings that have been chopped down alongside the lake. It's so cool. I can really see the difference already so quickly with all this ash being removed. It's just really nice now along the bank here. It's just really clear, and it makes for better viewing. Obviously we're keeping the willow, so there'll be some areas that will bush out, but we want to keep some sections so you can just, yeah, appreciate this this lake, especially once it's clear. It'll be much nicer viewing. But for now, it is what it is. We have tons of this growing, lavender, great for all of the bugs, and just looks really pretty along the bank. The Bella is currently hanging out in the shade. How's it going, Bear?
Good. I never realised until right this second how steep and short this section of the bank is.
It's really steep.
Compared to over there. I've been removing the broom and the ash as I've been going. I'm going to be going in to the water last and going alongside.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Do all of the outskirts and then we'll go in the water and clear the water sections.
I wanted to try and keep my feet as dry as possible, so it's
looking great.
It's very rewarding, and it's made me realise how much lavender we actually have on the bank.
So much.
It's lovely, especially this time of year when it's all bright purple and it smells amazing.
So in the fire, this got weakened. It's made out of fiberglass, and we had the big storm not too long ago, and unfortunately it fell over. So I'll put this post in, and I'm just gonna jerry rig it to this post for now, so it's out the way and it can't get any water inside it, and so it's out the way so I can get the strimmer around here.
Why is it called a jerry rig?
Just like jerry rig it, like just like, I don't know, maybe jerry rig something really sketchy. I don't know where it comes from, but just like a sketchy way of doing something, I guess. Do the honours, the grand opening of the light.
I think these need sharpening. Had an audience as well, Furrnando and Bee. She blends in so well. Like, she's the perfect stealth cat of all three.
Okay, that'll do.
That'll do, pig. That'll do. Okay, what's next?
Right, I'll go and get all of the equipment from the workshop. I can start brush cutting this area.
Ooh.
It's going to make a big difference.
I wanted to take you down to the orchards and show you how many of the trees are coming into blossom now. It's really nice actually, because we've been here for, this will be our second spring. So, or is it our third? Is it our third spring, I think? I don't know, I've confused myself now. And you get to know which ones come out at certain times. Number one is magnolia, which is so pretty. I'm going to show you. That's the first one. And then we have the apricots and the pears and the cherries. The apples right now, not doing nothing, but check out the stunning, beautiful magnolia. I think magnolia is possibly one of the prettiest trees ever. Just look at the bloom, and I love it when you look below it and you've got the blue sky and the pink flowers. It's just absolutely stunning, so gorgeous. Look at this. Oh, smells so good. So yeah, the blossom's looking absolutely gorgeous on here. It's not really even blossom, it's more just flowers, and all the petals are falling down. They're super thick, really gorgeous colour. Look at that, stunner. And then yeah, so the cherries have started. They all kind of do it at their own pace, and these ones are really attracting the pollinators. Let me zoom in so you can kind of tell a bit better. If you just stop and look, everywhere, every flower has a pollinator on it, and they just sound like buzzing. It's really amazing. So these two trees here are both pear, and they are blossoming already. This one was really overgrown and had a very harsh prune last year, and then just a light one this year, and I think it's going to be very happy, and I'll be keeping an eye on the water shoots. But even on the ground we've got all of the gorgeous spring flowers coming out, a mixture. You following me diligently? What's going on, girls? Are you being a pest, Matilde? Oh, she's being a billy goat. It's Theo. I better go back up and I can film him. But this has really shot up over the last week because me and the goats hang out here a lot, and the grass has got really long. I mean, Bella for scale. You can see the length of the grass already. So I'm gonna head up now and film Theo. It's gonna actually really excited for this because we've got loads of brambles. The goats have eaten pretty much every single leaf off the brambles, but the bramble is still there. So Theo's gonna use the mulcher. Get it gone so we can access it better. So let's go. Hello, Bella. You enjoying the sun? Baby, what do you think? He's done a cracking job. He's got rid of all of the brambles around these trees that we're going to be removing. They've just planted themselves in the ground, so all the brambles are gone now, which is excellent. I'm gonna have to get the rake out and pull up some of it because it's wanted to go down into the lake, which we don't want. But this is so much more accessible now. It's excellent, and the thing is it overgrows, it takes over so fast. This is a drain here, and it just fills in the drain and just makes it impossible. So this will be good to be able to actually clear up once and for all. Sniffing my knees. Theo's got his trunks on because he's gonna go and do something pretty exciting. And it's not in this pond, lake, whatever you want to call it. Nice swimming trunks. They're pretty short.
I got my swimming trunks on. We're going down to the small pond, and I'm finally going to fix the fountain that aerates the water.
I've never seen the fountain on, I don't think.
It's obviously really nice and clean, that small pond. But the fountain's going to help in the summer, moving the water around, and so we don't have the same problem with down there that we've got up here. And I have been looking online for big, massive fountains to go in the lake. I'm thinking like Bellagio style, Las Vegas.
You getting in?
That is freezing cold.
Maybe you take your mic off just in case it goes pear-shaped.
That is freezing, and
They're
the
all
fish are coming
over
towards
to
me.
you.
Maybe they're going to do that thing where they eat the dead skin off my feet.
Oh, that looks like a bass there. Or maybe that's a trout. Oh no, it's a pumpkin seed. God,
I can see the bass and pumpkin seed.
They're coming for you, Theo.
Amazing.
Are you leaving your mic on?
Yeah.
Oh.
So you can hear me squirm. Oh, look how deep it is, just here. Oh. So when we had the leak and it wasn't working, the pond came to about here. And so what I did is I redug out the pond, and I created this kind of like peninsula, which is a much higher section. So it's really deep over there, about 8 feet. You got about 6 to 7 foot over there in that hole over there. And then there's like a shallow peninsula between the two, and that was to hold the water back while I did the work. But it's absolutely brilliant. It means I can put things like this fountain on there.
How cold is it?
It's so cold.
Is it?
It's like straight from the mountain, that water. Right.
What's
That's
that?
something. I can see the pump over here. I just need to get to it without falling over.
The thing is, you've got an abyss on the one side. You got to be really careful.
Yeah, if I slip now, you probably never see me again.
Just your hat left. Oh!
Oh, Mike's wet.
Oh, what a surprise. I had a vibe this was going to happen.
You did tell me.
I did. It's
did
almost
tell
like
me.
I've got a good pattern recognition.
Okay.
Is the pump covered in sediment?
Yeah.
I'm really embarrassingly excited to see this on. It's really peaceful down here. You've got the sound of the water flowing in.
I think the fish are really going to like this as well.
Yeah.
And also it's great for, like, we've had a lot, we've had a heron come here a lot to try and pick out the fish. and this will create an area where the fish can hide under and the heron can't get to them.
Yeah.
Unless the heron sits on here.
I doubt it. I don't think it'll want to get a wet butt.
I don't think it will.
A wet undercarriage. Oh, it looks so cute around here. All the green's starting to come up as well.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like proper swimming hole.
Really nice. It is really warm. Obviously it's quite sedimenty there, but that is nice. Glorious.
That's why I made that area much shallower.
Much shallower, with the world's insanely steepest drop off I've ever seen. Okay, let's the grand reveal.
It feels like switching on the Christmas lights.
You need to put some really insanely dramatic music when it starts.
You ready? Count me down.
3, 2, 1, go.
There we have it.
There's like one really rogue stream that's a lot higher than the others.
I think I think it's blocked. Yeah. I think it needs cleaning out.
I think it needs cleaning.
I'm going to go back in and clean it out.
The wind's taking it.
I can't deal with the streams going that way.
It's because of those two little ones, like little snake venom.
I'm going to take my mic off this time.
Good. Whew. That's nice. Okay, take 2.
We can't be having like...
How are you going to clean it?
Streams. Not sure yet.
This is lovely, like... Apologies for the really white skin, but it's really nice to sit with my feet in the water.
I need like a stick or something.
Okay, I've got plenty of those. How big? Like a small one,
really
like a needle.
So I can get there's like algae built up under it.
Oh, just put it to your mouth and blow. That's what I used to do with the watering can.
I reckon if I just waterboard it.
I love that you just followed me blindly on my really weird. 3, 2, 1. Oh, perfectly balanced. There's still one super strong stream.
One's never gone straight up. Probably because it's angled a little bit.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Looks lovely.
Listen to that.
It is a very relaxing sound.
Oh. Okay, I've just spotted the trout. Well, one of them, it's just swam off. They get really spooked quickly. But look at this, guys. The fountain is running. There's fish. Look at that pumpkin seed just there, just swimming around. But Bee wants to go in. She wants to have a swim, so I'm not going to stop her. Go for it.
It's actually not that cold. Oh, it's lovely.
All the fish are like, they're not even that bothered. They're swimming over to you.
No.
Yeah, they're all just here. They really don't care.
It's lovely.
Oh, look at that. That looks like a dream. The fountain's going. Does it feel refreshing?
It does, and it really isn't that cold. It's actually lovely. Oh.
Well, I think we found our new swim spot for the summer until maybe the lake's a bit clearer. Look at this. We got our own duck, our own little fountain. And this is what we need for the big lake. A fountain like this, but 10 times the size.
I can't believe how nice it is. This is so...
Yeah, I'm surprised how unbothered the fish are.
Me too. Like, they don't care.
They really don't mind.
You can tell when it's the deeper bits, like it's really cold.
Yeah, so there's a big hole over here, 8 feet deep.
It's right by where the water comes in.
Yeah. So while Bee is having a little swim, I just wanted to say, like, I think we've found the solution for the big lake, really. After today, I think the best option, like moving forward, is going to be getting some ducks, probably, getting some geese to protect the ducks, and then getting some fish if we can, some type of carp and fish that like to eat grass and eat duckweed and azolla, and aeration as well, so some sort of fountain maybe, and like an aeration set up under the water that can just pump air into the water so that it moves things around and there's a bit of a current going on, because it is a big body of water and it's just still at the moment. So that's the plan, and I think that will solve the problem, and we just have to wait and see. It's going to be a long-term thing, and it is disheartening when you're doing it. It's really tough because it takes a long time. Like, we spent ages today just doing that first bit of netting, and we wasn't like trying really hard with the net. We just wanted to see how quick and easy it would be to put a net in there, drag it along, tie it and pull it up with the UTV or the tractor. And with a better solution, we could definitely do some netting. But actually, I think there's more room. When we put the azolla on the netting, it was still floating. So I think if we can create almost like a pontoon, then we can just scoop all of the azolla onto the pontoon that's floating, and we collect it all and then take it to the boat ramp and then like hand shovel it out into a trailer with the tractor or something like that. That might be a really good solution, but we need a team of friends for that.
Oh, you want to get wet?
I don't mind. It's a lovely warm day. It doesn't matter if I get a little bit wet. That was fantastic. It's so cool to see Bee swim like in the finished product.
I feel really refreshed. It was really nice.
Like, it is a pretty cool pond. Like, it's a really good size, not too big, not too small, perfect swimming pond. It's just like them natural ponds that people make, you know, for swimming.
Yeah.
It's like that, but it's completely natural. It's clay line. It's working so nicely. The fish are just thriving. Now we got the little fountain working.
And we did buy a mixture of different wildflowers and stuff to go around the edge, because that's the next step, is to make it look pretty and not like something that's in the process of being built.
That's it. Blend it into the landscape. Next winter will be absolutely lush. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you for much more shenanigans on the next video.